So we're going to focus on a flow today. It's going to be different sequencing from what we did yesterday. And just body-wise for myself, I'm feeling like I need to go into a little bit of rotation, a little bit of twist, you know, because that is just so healthy for the spine. And then also that really helps with releasing into the hips and down the legs as well. So that's going to be a little bit of our focus today. At any point, if something doesn't feel good, then please don't force it. There's always a way that we can modify. So I'm muting everyone, but you can unmute yourself. So if you've got any questions or comments, then feel free to just type it into the chat box, and then I can pay attention to that as well. All right. Fabulous. So you're going to come up into a standing position. So I want you to come and stand towards the front of your mat. That's it. And you're going to separate your feet slightly, hip distance apart. Take a moment to lift your gaze to look forward, and then just roll shoulders back and around a few times. And then let your arms settle. Maybe turn your head gently from side to side. And then bring your head to center and either allow your eyes to completely close, or maybe you just want to soften your gaze. But taking the first few moments just to pause and to notice your physical body. Notice how you are feeling this morning. Perhaps noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. And just to become aware of it, not to have any judgment, not to try and change anything right now. Just to give ourselves a little bit of a reference point as we start our class today. And then bring your awareness to your breathing, noticing each inhale and each exhale. Let your breathing slow down for a moment. Letting your eyes and your forehead relax. And now just taking a moment to notice how your energy feels this morning. And does the feeling of your energy match the feeling of your physical body? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Again, just allow yourself to observe, to notice, without any judgment attached. Just taking one deep inhale through your nose, long exhale through your mouth, and let your eyes blink open. So we're going to start with a roll down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, look down towards your toes, and just allow your body to fold forward. Find the weight of your crown, find the weight of your head. Allow your knees to soften, and just come as deep into that roll down as your flexibility allows. And then shift your body weight a little bit forwards and backwards on your feet, connecting into your center, and then just stay there for a moment. Take another breath in, and as you roll up into standing, I'm going to get you to stop when your hands are in line with your knees. So you're going to stay here for a moment. Place your hands on top of your thighs, above your knees, and let's start to lengthen the spine. So you're extending through your tail, extending through your crown, and then you're going to round your spine. Really get that feeling of lifting your belly, tucking your chin. And again, lengthen. And you might be able to start to extend your spine here a little bit even. So keep moving with your breath. So effectively, we're doing a standing cat stretch, right? And we're going to take just one more time. Lengthen through crown, lifting through heart, rounding your spine, really getting that beautiful ab connection. Then pause. Let your arms hang heavy. Take another breath. And then exhale, coming all the way upright and lifting nice and tall. Once again, just roll your shoulders back and around. And then letting your arms settle. You're going to keep your knees soft. Sweep your right arm out to the side. Bringing your arm up and over for a long lateral stretch. Come all the way back and your arm relaxes down. Now the left arm reaches up and over. Long side stretch. Come back to the center. And release. One more time each side. So notice when you reach over that you're really getting that opening down the side body. Right ribs, right lunge, right diaphragm. Coming all the way up. Last time, reach up and over. And this time, opening the left side body. Come all the way up. And release. We're going to repeat our roll down. Take a breath in. Look down towards your feet and just allow your knees to soften as you come all the way forward. So we're going to go all the way down towards the ground again. And you might already notice that there's a little bit of a shift, that maybe things are becoming a bit easier. And you're going to take a breath. Start rolling up, but this time, stop when your hands are in line with the middle of your shin bones. Place your hands below your knees this time, and let's go into our cat stretch. So you lengthen through the spine, and then you round. So you tuck tail, lift belly, and tuck chin in. And again, lengthen. And again, play with the range of movement here. You might start to find that your spine is mobilizing a little bit more, that your muscles are starting to warm up. Connecting into your breath with your movement. And finishing your last one, rounding your spine, hold it here. Let go with your hands, let your arms dangle, and then coming all the way upright, really rooting into the feet so that you're engaging the back of your body, and lifting tall. Roll the shoulders back and around. That's it. So it's that awareness of the scapula on the back of your ribs, and relax. Now both arms, we inhale to reach all the way up. Connect each fingertip to its partner, and then exhale, open your arms wide. So it's almost like you're creating a little bit of a bubble around yourself. And again, breathing in, connecting fingertips, and exhale. We're going to take 2 more. Notice when you bring your arms to the side and overhead that your ribs naturally open. It gives you an opportunity to breathe. Full inhale to the lungs. And full exhale. And release. Let's go into our third and final roll down. Look down towards your toes. Rounding through your spine. Find the weight of your crown. Find the weight of your arms. And come all the way down towards the ground. Stay there for a moment. And now we're going to do our cat stretch here. So start laying your spine, and if you can, you just push your fingertips onto the ground as you lengthen, and then round your spine, and maybe you can almost fold over towards your legs a little bit. And again, lengthen. So even if your fingertips don't touch the ground, that's fine. You can move your hands onto your ankles maybe. But it's really quite important that you have some kind of support through the arms, that you don't let your arms just hang Last one, lengthen. And then fold over and hold it. Now keep your knees a little bit bent. Take your hands slightly wider than your feet and shift your body weight over to the right foot. See if you can pick up your left foot and you are balancing on one leg. Now it's like you're going to kickstart a motorbike. So stretch your left leg backwards and then bend your knee and pull it in again. Let's do a few more. Find your balance. Just moving the left leg in and out. Can you feel the work in that standing leg, yeah? And let's do one more time to stretch leg back, and then this time, put your foot all the way down behind you. Big lunge. Lower your back knee to the ground. Release your foot out. If you need padding, give yourself padding underneath the knee. Walk your hands all the way up. Get abdominals connected. And then let's just do a little bit of a shifting forwards and backwards. And this is your opportunity basically to figure out where your best hip opener is for that left hip. So some people need to come quite far forward. Other people need to be back a little bit with a tucked pelvis. So explore it, see what works for you, and then settle yourself in your best position. Right hand stays, left arm, we inhale, reach. And we exhale to bring it down. And again, reach. And you can feel that tensioning on that fascia, yeah? At least I can. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Reach up now. Stay here. Do a little bit of a lean to the side. It's that same lateral flexion, and we add 5 little pulses. One more. Come all the way up, and then bring your hand all the way down. On your fingertips again, put the right hand down as well. Now line up your fingers just beside the heel of the foot. Start moving backwards and forwards. Guys, if you need to adjust the position of your foot or your back knee, feel free to do so. And now bring your hips back and stay here for a moment. Lengthen your spine as much as you can. Soften the front knee. Lift your toes to the sky. Lengthen your spine. And now do the windscreen-like movements with that front foot. And as your toes go in and out, can you feel how your knee is rotating? And then can you feel how the top of the hip is going internal, external rotation? So this is a little bit of a hamstring glide movement. The point is, can you keep your spine and your pelvis as stable as possible while you move from the hip socket? And then bring your foot to center, place your toes down, walking your hands forward, and then tuck the toes under. You're going to lift up the back knee, stay here. The front knee is bent. And now you're going to do a little bounce off the back foot. And again. 2 more. 1 more. And now push yourself forward to stand on both feet. Relax over. And if you want to, you can take one hand to opposite elbow, other hand to opposite elbow, and you can hang there. So you might want to keep your knees bent. If you want an extra stretch, then you can straighten the legs. So you're hanging like a rag doll here. You might want to sway side to side. And then release your hands and place your fingertips onto the ground again. Soften your knees. Standing on the left leg, pick up the right leg, and just find your balance here. And let's kickstart our scooters. So you press back and bring the knee in. 3 more. Kick back. And in. Good. Really root into your standing leg. And then big step back and put your toes to the ground. Lower your knee, give yourself padding if you need. Relax your foot, and then walk your hands up onto that leg. So core connection, this is Pilates after all, even though we're adding flow. And so now you're going to come a little bit forwards and a little bit backwards. So you're getting that opening through the right hip. We're just going to do a few more so that you can really feel where you should be. The one thing you do want to watch is that this front heel stays grounded. If your heel is lifting, then you probably need to move your foot forward. Find your space. Left hand stays, right hand comes down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. And release. Take two more. And just notice on your own body, does the right side feel different from the left? Maybe not. Reach up, hold it. Do a little bit of a lean towards the side, and 5 little pulses. Come to center, placing fingertips to the ground, left fingertips as well, and then we start to glide backwards and forwards. Take 3 more. And now shift your hips back and stay there. Front knee is bent. Lift the toes up. Lengthen your spine. And then start that little windscreen wiper action. See if you can keep your pelvis level. Can you keep your spine lengthened? And get that hamstring release at the back of the thigh. Bring your foot back to center, placing your toes down. Walk your hands forward. You're going to tuck your back toes to lift your knee up. And now let's do that little bounce. And again. Core connection. One more. And then step all the way forward. Relax over. One hand to opposite elbow, other hand opposite elbow. And just hang there for a moment. And this is the most amazing traction stretch for the lower back. If it feels too much for you, if you're very unstable around this area, then bend your knees a bit and make sure your abs are connected as well. Let go with your hands. Soften both your knees and roll up into standing, using abdominals and coming all the way upright. Take a moment just to pause, roll the shoulders back and around. And then allow your arms to relax. You're going to soften your knees, firm the belly. Inhale as you reach both arms up, connecting fingertips. Open your arms, and you're just going to hook your right elbow under the left. Or quite frankly, it doesn't matter which side you do because you're going to alternate. And now you can stay here if you want, or start to bring the hands closer, and maybe you can bind your hands. So you find a little bit of a stretch along the upper trapezius and between the shoulder blades. If you want to increase this, lengthen the back of the neck and start lifting the fingertips a little bit towards the sky. Keep breathing. And these are called eagle arms, by the way. So keeping that connection to abs to support your lower back as you release the upper body. And on your next breath, let go with your hands. And as you take your arms up, do you notice all the circulation moving through your arms? It's almost like my arms are floating. Inhale. Exhale, open. And now this time, left arm goes under right, or just to the other side. Can you bring your hands closer? And can you bind your hands? Soften your knees, abs are connected, a little bit of length along the back of your neck. And then you can start reaching fingertips a little bit higher if that's available to you. Don't force it. So all of these muscles around the neck get so tight on most of us, but if we push too hard, they're actually very easy to injure, right? To strain. So just be gentle. Release, unbind your hands, and now let yourself float. Inhale, feel all the circulation moving through the arms. Exhale, open your arms wide, clear space, nod your chin, and let's just roll all the way forward. Heavy arms, heavy head, and just coming all the way towards the ground. Now again, we're going to do our standing cat stretch here. So start to lengthen your spine. See if you can keep your fingertips on the ground or move your hands onto your ankles and shins if you need. And then round your spine over again. Let's do a few more. Lengthen the spine, and I'm inhaling here. And then when I round my spine over, I'm exhaling. But you are very welcome to change the breath so it works for you. Let's do the last one. Lengthen. And curl over. Now, connect fingertips to ground. Balance on the right foot. Stretch the left leg all the way back and take a big step back. Now listen, this time, we're not going to lower the knee to the ground. If it's too much for you, then you put your knee to the floor. Move your fingertips back a little bit, and let's start to straighten the front leg. And bend. And again, straighten. And bend. Let's just take a few more. And bend. Last one, so you can feel quite a lovely opening through the hamstring, and now as you come forward, stay here, root your left hand to the ground, right hand to the knee, and guide yourself into a little bit of a twist. Now if this is enough for you, you stay here. If it's too much, put your back knee on the floor. If you want to go further, why don't you reach the right fingertips up towards the sky? Stay here for 3 breaths in and out. So this is the first twist that we're coming into for today's class, all part of warming up through the hips and through the spine. And then release, coming onto your fingertips, bend the back knee, little kick. Come all the way forward. Keep your knees a little bit bent as you fold over. Balancing on the left leg. Extend the right leg all the way back. Big step. And we hold it here. Fingertips in line with the heel. And we start to straighten and bend the front knee. So guys, remember that you are welcome to put the back knee on the floor if it's too much for you. There's always a modification. Finding that release of the hamstring when you straighten the front leg. Finding the release of the hip flexor when you bend the front knee. Bend the front knee, hold it there, root the right hand, left hand to knee, and guide yourself into your twist. Remember your options. Would you like to reach the hand up? Would you like to stay? Would you like to put your back knee on the floor? You decide. 3 breaths. Feeling the twist through the spine, energy through heel at the back, energy through crown at the front. And release, coming up onto fingertips, one little push off the back leg. And now all the way forward. Fold over, give your head a little shake. No, 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 no. Nod your chin, yes, 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 yes. Take a breath in. And then bend the knees and unravel your spine. Coming all the way up and lifting nice and tall. Rolling the shoulders all the way back. allowing your arms to settle. We're going to bend the knees slightly, bring both arms just forward in line with the chest, and then bring the hands together in the front, not too high. Now, open the right arm to the side, turn your head to look at it, and then allow your arm to continue traveling back as you reach the left arm forward, and then bring yourself all the way back to the center. Connect the palms of your hands. Bring the left arm just to the side of your shoulder. Turn your head to look. And then as you continue traveling the arm back, you reach through the right arm in opposition, and then come all the way to the front. And moving with your breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again, breathing in. Breathing out, expand. Breathing in and breathing out. Hold it here. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, open your arms, nod your chin. Start rolling all the way forward through the spine. Placing fingertips down, softening the knees, bounce on the right foot, and send the left leg all the way back. Now listen up. Put both hands flat to the ground, and can you step the right leg back to joint? So now you're in your plank position here. Stay here for a moment, finding the strength in this position. Energy through your crown, energy through your heels. Squeeze your thigh muscles, gently tighten into the bum cheeks, and then let your knees hinge to the ground. Release your toes back. Round your spine like a cat. Allow yourself to press back and now stay here. You're going to keep your hands spread out along the floor, and we do 5 little pulses. One more. Come forward just until your shoulders are above your wrists, and we pause here for a moment, firmly anchoring the tops of your shins towards the ground. Lengthen your spine a little bit, so you're coming a little bit more neutral now. Abdominal muscles connected. Now you're going to lower yourself all the way to the ground with control. Tucking the elbows in tight, firming the belly, coming all the way down and relax. If you've come off your mat, you can go back a little bit. Put your left hand underneath your head, reach back with the right hand. See if you can grab onto your foot, or if you need to hold onto your pants, you can hold onto your pants. And we're just going to do a little bit of a squeeze with the bum cheek here. So we've been doing a lot of opening into the hip flexor, which is up at the hip joint. And now we're doing a little bit of release just into the quadricep muscle, which is down in front of the thigh. Just a few more seconds here. Take a breath in. And then exhale and stretch that leg all the way out. Now stay like this. Use your right hand on the floor to roll yourself onto your left side and make a little pillow with the arm underneath your head. Legs are extended out long. Fingertips are on the ground just in front of you, and you have that straight line of your body. On your breath out, both legs lift. And a little release. Good. And lift. So remember we did this in class yesterday. These are our sideline obliques. And the emphasis is on the top oblique muscle. So you are shortening the waist, but you're not collapsing underneath the side. That's the trick. You also don't want your lower back taking over, right? So if your lower back is grabbing, then you just need to roll the top hip bone back a fraction, like I mean a centimeter. Last 2, keep your chin lifted, energy through your crown. Last 1, lift up now, hold it. The bottom leg goes down and up. Good. So again, this is a little recap of what we did yesterday, connecting into the inner thigh muscles, the adductors. Long straight line through the crown. Last two. Last one. Squeeze and hold it. Lower both legs all the way down. Move your right hand a little bit away from you so you can roll onto your stomach. And now put your right hand under your forehead. Bend the left knee to reach back, holding on to the ankle of the foot. So abs are connected, bum cheeks are squeezing gently, and you're getting yourself into a little bit of a quadricep stretch. So if anybody has dodgy knees, please do not force your kneecap where it doesn't like to go. Make any adjustments to your position so that the stretch works for you. Stay here for just a few more moments. And then on your next breath, release, extending the leg all the way out. Left hand pushes on the floor, so you can roll onto your right side now. Sorry, I'll put my back to you guys now. Fingertips on the ground, nice long line of the body, and both legs lift together. And release. So finding the connections into that top oblique, and notice on your own body again if there's a difference between the two sides. Especially for anybody that maybe has a scoliosis, you might notice that there's a difference. Last one, lift up and hold it. And now the bottom leg goes down and squeezes up. Down and squeeze. Taking just a few more, so we're really connecting to the inner line. Last two. Last one. Squeeze and hold. Lower both legs down. Roll onto your stomach. And this time, place your hands underneath your shoulders with the elbows lifting up and squeeze your legs together. We're going to do just a few little baby cobras. So, bum cheeks are away. Inhale as you lift up. Make sure that your two bottom ribs are still connected as you bring your heart up. And then releasing down. And again. Inhale as you come up, or at least I like to inhale. And then exhale and release. Taking two more, breathing in. And release. One more time. Inhale, just waking up the back muscles. And release. Now push onto your hands and knees. So you're going to use abdominals. Upper body strength. Open your knees wide. Big toes touch. Settle yourself back into a resting position. And what you can do in this position, if it feels good, is to bring your hands together in prayer. And then bend your elbows and place your hands just behind your neck. And we're going to stay here for about 5 breaths in and out. Taking one more deep inhale and long exhale. Bring your hands forward. And then draw yourself up onto hands and knees. Get your wrists in a happy place that work for you. So you're going to balance on your left hand and reach the right arm out to the side. Come into thread the needle. So if you can, bring your head down towards the ground. If that feels like it's too much, then you can put a pillow under your head or a pillow underneath your shoulder as well. And if you want to challenge this, why don't you walk the left hand forward so you get a little bit of an opening and release along the arm line, the lats. There's no right or wrong position for your hips or knees. Just make sure that you've got balance, that it feels good for your lower back. And then on your next breath, bring your left hand back in, all the way up you come, reaching that arm to the side. Now, salute. So right fingertips to right temple. Bring your elbows together. And then take the right elbow up towards the sky. And again, bring elbows together. And then lift. Taking two more. So working on the rotation of our spines. One more time. Beautiful warm up for the thoracic spineless. Come back to the center, level yourself out, and placing right hand down. Left arm extends. Coming in to thread the needle. Remember, you can give yourself any of the props that you need. And then decide if you want to walk the right fingertips forward on the side. Take a moment to find your breath. Notice where you're feeling this the most. Sliding your right hand all the way in, pressing up. Reaching arm to the side, and then bend that elbow and salute. Bringing elbow to elbow, and then left elbow reaches for the sky. And again, elbow to elbow. So do you feel it's better to inhale to exhale as you move through these positions? Explore your breath. Last one. Come back to the center and placing both hands down. So from here, I want you to turn your hands outwards. If you can, you point your fingers all the way back towards you. If that's not accessible, then just take it to a position that you feel that you can hold it. If it's too much, you bring your shoulders forward. If you want to increase this carpal tunnel release, then you bring your hips and your body weight backwards. And we're just going to stay here for a few moments and breathe. And normally, guys, if you're right-handed, you might be tighter on the right. If you're left-handed, you might be tighter on the left. Although, quite frankly, with all of us working on computers so much, we might be tight on both sides. So sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to what's going on there. Just notice. And then bring your shoulders forward and then take your time as you bring your hands all the way back around towards the front here. Tuck your toes under. Hover your knees just up off the mat. So we're finding stability. We are weight bearing on all the major joints of the body. You might even feel quite a strong stretch around the knuckles of the toes if that's a tight area for you. Move hips back, send hips up. So my knees are super duper bent. So I'm having an opportunity to lengthen my spine and to really stretch my elbows straight. Once you have that lengthened position of your spine, then you can start to pedal one heel to the ground and then another heel to the ground. So you're walking it out, getting that stretch along the calf muscles, the back of the legs, and then push both heels towards the floor. Pick up your right leg, not too high, point your toe like a ballerina, and then bring your knee behind the right wrist and put your shin down. So you're not hovering, you're actually resting on the floor. Pivot your foot across your mat diagonally and start to walk your hips back. So we're coming into a gluteal stretch, the pigeon stretch. That's it. So bring your, there you go. Can you feel it there? And then settle yourself down. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths in and out. And oftentimes, we do the stretch lying on our backs with our knees up to our chest. What's lovely about this is we can actually settle into it with gravity. So it becomes a little bit of a deeper stretch, perhaps. Make sure that your knees feel okay. Let's take 2 more breaths in and out. One more breath in and out. Start to walk yourself upright, pressing into your hands, tuck the back toes under, start to lift your hips up, and then move slowly and gently as you bring your leg back. And once again, walking through the heels. So you're going to feel again a little circulation moving through the right leg probably. Press both heels towards the mat. Pick up your left leg, not too high. Point your toe ballerina and bring your knee all the way in behind your wrist. Rest your shin down. Now, pivot your foot across the mat and then start to walk yourself back. So now you're going to be doing a stretch onto the other side, onto the other hip. Bring your head and shoulders down. Settle in here for 5 breaths in and out. Make any adjustments that you need for yourself. Keep breathing. Taking one more inhale and one more exhale. Slowly bring yourself up onto your hands, but this time, move your hips all the way over to the side so that you can just swing your feet around to the front of your mat. So, knees and feet are slightly separated. Arms reaching out. Take a breath to lengthen. Exhale, half roll back. Pause here for a moment. Notice the loading on the lower abs. And then exhale. Lift up. And again. Breath in. And exhale. 2 more. Take a breath. And last one. Exhale, half roll back. Stay here. Opening your right arm to the side. Turn your gaze and look. And then exhale and come back to the center. Left arm opens out to the side. And exhale back to center. 2 more. So we've already done a lot of rotation of the spine, so the movement should feel good. But now we get to load the abdominals here. Exhale, center, hold it. Place your hands behind your thighs and help yourself all the way onto your backs. And let your arms settle beside you. Walk your feet a little bit closer in towards you. So we're going to go into our pelvic curl from here. Take a breath in. Exhale, tilt your hips. Rolling down through your spine. Facing lungs, kidneys, and then release at the bottom. And again, rolling up. Pause for a moment. And rolling down. Two more. Little squeeze of the bum cheeks. Roll down. Last one. Now stay here. I want you to do almost like a figure of 8 with your spine and with your pelvis in the air, like a sideways figure of 8. Sideways figure of 8. And then say to yourself, roll down 3 vertebrae, stop there, and now do the same little figure of 8. And keep it quite small. So we're starting to get a rotation at a segmental level, at a small level of the spine. Say to yourself, roll down 3 more vertebrae. And here, tiny little figure of 8s. Keep your shoulders and your head nice and easy. Say to yourself, and you're going to come all the way down until your sacrum and your pelvis are resting, and now do a little figure of 8s. So it's almost like you're giving your sacrum a little bit of a massage on the floor. Come back to the center and hold. Move your hands a little wider than your mat. Walk your feet to the width of your mat. And now start rolling your knees towards the right and look towards the left. Do a little squeeze with your left bum cheek to open that left hip. Relax your bum cheek and roll through the center over to the other side. So you're going to look the opposite direction. Stay there. A little bit of a squeeze with the bum cheek. Relax. Bring knees through the center, over to the other side. Look the opposite way. Chest is open, squeezing bum cheeks. And release. Come all the way through the center for the last one. So this is a full rotation of the spine because you're turning your head and you're rotating through the lower spine. Little squeeze with the bum cheeks. Relax, bringing knees to center, head to center, and you hold. Now walk the feet, toe heel, toe heel, toe heel, all the way next to each other. Make any adjustments you need to your pelvis and your spine, and then bring both hands all the way up and turn the palms to face each other. We scissor. Scissor. So if you've done my classes before, you know that I place a big emphasis on arm scissors because not only are we working from the actual shoulder joint itself, but it's a wonderful way to start to find the glide of the scapula on the back of your ribs. So your arm movement should actually have a connection to your scapular movements. And oftentimes if it's locked or if it's locked on one side, we end up getting neck issues and shoulder issues. Take 2 more. 1 more. Bring both hands straight up. Interlock the fingers. Place hands underneath the head and settle back. So elbows are floating. You still have the legs together, however. Give a nice squeeze with the inner thighs. Inhale to nod the chin. And on your breath out, come up into a chest lift and stay here for just a moment. Now, tilt your pubic bone towards your sternum. So you got into a posterior tilt. Now, lower your head and shoulders down, keeping the posterior tilt, and then let your pelvis settle back to neutral. Chest lift. Squeeze the inner thighs. Tilt your pelvis posterior. Can you feel the lower abs switch on? Lower head and shoulders down, so you're working upper abs eccentrically. Release your pelvis with control. That's the lower abs working with control. Chest lift. Pelvic tilt. Lower head and shoulders. Release pelvis back to neutral. 2 more rounds. Chest lift. Squeeze the legs together. Pelvic tilt. Lower head and shoulders. Release pelvis to neutral. Last one, chest lift. Pelvic tilt. Lower head and shoulders. And release pelvis to neutral. Bring both hands and reach them straight up. Extend legs out long. We're going to do one roll-up into sitting. Start by reaching your arms overhead, double checking that you're not letting the ribs pop. When you're ready, inhale, chest lift, exhale. Allow yourself to come all the way forward for a stretch. Take a breath in, and then exhale, and roll all the way upright into sitting. Good. Move back a little bit on your mat if you need to. You're actually on your mat. Perfect. So, cross your right foot over. We did this the other day. Flex the left toes back. Right hand goes to the back. Left arm extends up and start to come into a seated, supported spine twist. So put your elbow around your knee. Lengthen up through your spine. So you want to use your arms to help you. And then, as I said yesterday, this is about your breathing taking you deeper into the twist. We so often injure ourselves in twists because we try to force ourselves. So guys, a reminder, we have very little rotation in our lumbar spine. We have moderate rotation around our rib cage and thoracic spine. We have a lot of range of movement around our neck, around our cervical spine. Take a breath in, and then exhale, release, and I want you to walk your hands over to the left side of your body, both hands, and then just allow your right hips to lift up, and always do a little bit of a rocking action here. So it's a little bit of a counterbalance. And sit all the way up. Uncross that right leg. Left leg goes up and over. Stand on it. Flex the toes. Left hand behind your back. Reach up and coming into your twist. So again, you want to get both bum cheeks firmly grounded so that the rotation is coming from the spine, connecting into your breath, and just relating this back to the mobility of the spine, because today's focus has been twists, is that if our hips are locked or tight, we tend to compensate with our spines, and vice versa. If our spines are too rigid or locked, then we tend to maybe compensate through the hips and through the legs. Taking one more breath in and out. Release. Bring your hands all the way over to the right side of your body and just let yourself rock a few times. Just a little bit of a counter pose here. Come back to the center and uncross. Come to the front of your mat, so we're going to be rolling like a ball today. So hands go behind your thighs today. Lean back enough that you can lift your feet off the ground, ankles together, knees together, tucking chin in. I'm going to encourage you to use your legs for the first few. So roll to your shoulders, you can do a little kick with your legs and roll up. That's it. And then you can keep doing this, but if it feels quite comfortable for you, maybe try keeping your feet close to you now. Don't let your feet create momentum here. Bring your awareness to your breath, so your inhale goes back, your exhale draws you up. Come up and balance, and placing your feet down. Lovely. Come up into standing. And you can stand anywhere on your mats or off your mat. Separate your feet slightly, lift your gaze, rolling the shoulders back. And then just allowing your arms to settle. Soft gaze or eyes closed. Taking a moment to pause, observe, and reflect. Noticing the connections of your feet to the ground. Notice the sensation of your head floating upwards. Allow your eyes and your forehead to relax, soften. How does your physical body feel? Notice each inhale and each exhale. Notice your energy. How does your energy feel? Are you able to synchronize physical body with energetic body? Taking a deep inhale through your nose. Long exhale through your mouth. Blink your eyes open as we finish with one roll down. Look towards your feet. Just let your head, your arms lead the way, softening through your knees. Coming all the way towards the ground. Take a breath at the bottom. Exhale, back you come. Abs supporting you from the front. Waking up the back line of your body to lift you up. So just give fingertips a little shake. Wonderful. How do you feel, Edith? Good. Oh, good. Fantastic. Absolute pleasure. Guys, how are you feeling?